Here we are, we're at Arnold Greenhouses. It's the 25th of July, and Gail and Walter, mostly Gail's going to go over some of the prices. And I'm going to remind you, Gail, you got to speak overly loud or they can't hear you.
Alright, this is the 10-inch spath fillum here. And the 10-inch spath fillum is $42. That's our number 1 selling 10-inch plant.
10-inch, of course, guys, refers to the amount of growing soil across the top of the plant.
Now, the next section is the 8-inch spath fillum. And an 8-inch spath fillum is $26.
We'll stand down there with it, Mrs. Knoll, so you want to get size right.
8-inch spath fillum is $26. Then we have a 14-inch spath fillum. They're down here. Now this would make a good sale. This is $135, but you got to get pots for all of those. I'm giving you prices without pots. Right here on this side are aspidistras, and they're a wonderful household plant because they're very easy to take care of. And this big 14-inch aspidistras is $160, and a 10-inch one is $100. They're more expensive because they're slow growing. Now here's a ficus tree. This is right this minute we don't have a lot of ficus trees. This is a nice one. The price of the ficus tree.
These are Ficus benjaminas, by the way, guys.
Right. These are marginatas. Marginatas come marginata canes and marginata tips. And there's quite a difference in price because a marginata tip, a little 6-inch pot, is $12. An 8-inch is $24, and a 10-inch is $36.
Okay, which are these? These
are really the canes, whereas a 10-inch cane is 38, and an 11-8. These are like 38.
The twist or the non-twisted?
Well, that doesn't matter, twisted or not twisted.
Quite a difference in height.
Yeah. Well, they come usually the 10-inch are about 4 foot, and 11-inch it's about 5 foot, and 14-inch is about 5 to 6 foot. We have a couple of the taller ones. They're not right in this row. These are the mass canes, and mass canes are a very easy to care for plant. And your 4 foot is $50, and a 5 foot is $80, and like the tall one back in there is $120.
Okay, what I'm going to mention about Massangianas, guys, and these are all Dracaenas.
This is a mass cane that has the green light leaf like that, and this is the same. This is a Dracaena plant here. It's the same family, but this is called a Janet Craig.
And this is a Marginata. The guy that developed these guys, these were his 3 daughters. Marginata, Janet Craig, and Massangiana. We got a Pandurata down here. We got some great big Panduratas. This is for when the customer says it needs to be so big it takes the whole truck. That's what I particularly like those for. Nobody doesn't think that those don't take the whole truck.
Front of this row, we have some Safritzis.
Strelitzis.
And a Safritzi, a 10-inch one, is $66.
This is a Strelitzi that's called a Chamadoria.
Yeah.
This particular plant is a bamboo plant, guys. You can call them bamboo. The thing about them is they're low-light palm trees, which is very unusual. Because generally speaking, the Eureka palm trees, which we'll go to next, are much less money, but they are much higher light.
Okay, so now here is Areca palms, and we have those in 8-inch, 10-inch, 14-inch. So they're $46, $70, and $160. And the Safritzi, $92 for a 12-inch, and $66 for a 10. Now we have a lot of bamboo plants. Usually we don't send those out to end homes. We're passing right here a few rafus. Your rafus is your very high-end plant. A rafus, a 10-inch rafus is $289, and it's only about 4 foot tall. It's very slow growing and very nice. Look back in here. There's some.
Those are shalom plants. These are a type of philodendron. There's ones that are called split leaf, and these are not those. That's when there's holes in them. And the hole is not because of disease. It's part of the genetics. And these are not those. But
these are real. They're loppy. They're beautiful. They're easy to grow, but they take up a lot of room.
They take up a lot of room. And guys, this looks very similar, but it is technically different than the monsteriosa leaves that we are.
Okay, now Chuck is in the middle of our ferns. We have quite a stock on ferns right now. These are the 10-inch ferns. Some hang down, and then at the end over there are some upright 10-inch ferns.
We use usually the Boston ferns. These are called Kimberly ferns, and these make great 3-foot plants. That's a Kimberly or an upright fern. They really don't have the same purpose at all. In other words, stage decorations, the Kimberleys don't work very well on, but for home, they work fantastic. Great around pools.
These are just more ferns that...
The number one way we sell Boston ferns, guys, by the way, is with the Afghans.
Now, these are some real big Janet Craigs. These are beautiful plants. These are big 14-inch Janet Craigs.
Guys, as long as I'm holding this...
Only $106. It's a great plant.
And this is taller than 6 foot. When people call up and say they want a corn plant, this is what they're talking about.
Mostly corn is the Massangeana. They're not thinking of the all dark. Okay, we have these 10-inch pothos poles, and we also have 6-inch we'll show you later. These are $62. They're very pretty. We've got quite a row of them there. Now this is probably the second most popular plant that we sell. These are Dieffenbachias, and we have the tropic snow. I believe this is, I think that's what these are called when they have the white in. But we have the speckled, we have the green. There's like 4 or 5 different varieties, and our cases come mixed. So we have all of them. A Dieffenbachia in a 10-inch pot is only $32, and an 8-inch is $25. Now the tropic snows are a little more. No, they're a lot more. The tropic snow in a 10-inch is $100. So there's a lot.
That's a tropic snow, guys.
I think that light colored one are the tropic snows.
They are.
This is arbicolas.
Arbicolas and Scheffeleras are really the same family of plant. We at Walter Knoll Land call the large ones, the armadas, Scheffeleras, and we call these Hawaiian arbicolas. In truth, this is an arbicola Scheffelera, is what it really is, and the others are armada.
It's a very economical plant. A 10-inch is only $28, and
10-inch plant would be about 3 foot tall. It's a delightful,
it's a bushy plant.
It's a nice bushy plant, and it's super easy to care for.
Okay, these are some new areca palms that came in. They're tall. They're a little thin right now, but they are brand new. They just got here, and in between those are some Sansevieria that are also new. And of course, everybody knows Sansevieria is called mother-in-law tongue, but they are fabulous to grow because they're very, very easy to grow.
Sansevieria, for what you sell, when somebody says they kill everything that they have, nobody can kill a Sansevieria. Okay, we're back to some more Dracaenas.
And this is called Limelight, and then these are these have the green edge, so they're both very pretty, and they're in the Janet Craig price.
These are Janet Craigs. Guys, the lighter color ones, even though they may look anemic to us that have seen these all the time, consumers don't think they look anemic, and these are perfectly healthy plants. That's the way they are genetically to grow.
These are some palms that we have, and we'll have to get David's help to get the name of these.
Arrowheads.
And then these are very nice for rental.
These are sagos over here, guys. That's what these are.
And we have a couple, we have like 3 big croton trees. One
All the
is much
stores
bigger.
should have the croton trees. We made a special buy on those, and we sold them
Right
through
now,
really well.
That's all we have, so I'm not sending those out.
Unless you have them.
Now this is called a Bismarckia, and those are fantastic. Then there's some big areca palms down here. So the bromeliads, this is bromeliads that are getting ready to go out on a plant exchange. Now we're going to come back and see the 6-inch plants that are on the other side. These are some sago palms. Here's a great big 17-inch areca palm, 7 foot tall.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, we have some rubber plants, which guys are really called ficus. We call them rubber plants. They're ficus decoras. They're beautiful. They're easy to care for. Low light plant.
This is an 8-inch. It's $37. These are little 6-inch arbicolas. They're only $14. Here's some more 8-inch, nice bushy arbicolas here. They're $46. Here's some 8-inch Sansevieria that just got here. 8-inch crotons. I mean 6-inch crotons.
6-inch crotons. That's what we like to put into the blooming baskets, guys, because I love the color.
And then we have the 6-inch Diefenbachs in all flavors, more of the light than others, but we do have some of all of them. Your 6-inch Diefenbach is only $13. Again, remember, it's always without pots. Now, we've been low on spathiphyllums, but we have a lovely selection of spathiphyllums. 6-inch spathiphyllums now. And I believe these are Nithabella palms.
These are Nithabella palms.
They're 8-inch.
This is, again, guys, we've switched to a low light palm that is a little bit like the Chamadoras. They're not nearly as full as the Eurekas generally, but they do well in the low light. And that's, we have arbicolas, aglaminias.
And the 6-inch an aglamenia is a wonderful plant, but the difference is an 8-inch is like these right here on the top, upper shelf. They're $34. They're not real big, but they are a good household plant. These are all different varieties of aglaminias. So an aglamenia 10 inches, $66. It's kind of, even that red is in the family. But you can see they run smaller than other plants, so people shy away from them. Look down here, Charles. This is a beautiful variety with the red and the green leaf. But the customer needs to know it's kind of a smaller plant.